This is a song about this is a song about health. It's about men's health, really. It's about my health, really. It's called the hypochondriac song. Something I've found is, no matter what happens, never ever Google your symptoms. Never ever Google your symptoms. I had an excuse, something sticking out in your body, and I won't tell you where it is, but suffice to say, I needed a mirror to look at it. And I didn't say, I was getting very worried, and eventually I did Google this, and in about 10 keystrokes, I was absolutely convinced I'd either got bubonic plague, necrotizing fasciitis, or syphilis. Well, it also said it might not be anything, but of course I thought, well, you could just discount that. It's obviously something dreadful, and you shouldn't. Oh, you should. Oh, you didn't. Right. So I kept it. I do what men do. I don't tell anybody. I'm just worried a bit, and a couple of sleepless nights. And eventually, I came to the point where I was going to have to ask. And I asked my partner, Marina, and I said, "I've got this, and I can only see with it. Would you have a?" And she used to be a nursing care assistant, so basically she's got the empathy of Genghis Khan, and she's got the striking speed of a king cobra. And she said, "Let me have a look. Just show me." And she said, "Right." I said, "Don't touch it! Don't touch it!" And she said, "I'm not going to. Just let me look." And then she went, crack! It was a spot. Get bloody real. There's a chorus that goes, "I'm slipping away, I'm slipping away. Can't you see I'm knocking at death's door? I'm slipping away, I'm slipping away. I've been slipping now since 1964. Will you sing that with me? If you don't mind. And there's a bit in it that goes, I'll tell you what, I'll do it. Slipping away, can't you see I'm knocking at this door? Here you can go, do, so you can bang your chocolate box or your glass or your feet or your head, anything like that. That's it, let's do it, let's have a go. I'm slipping away, can't you see I'm knocking at this door? Slipping away, I've been slipping now since 1964. I'm so full of pills, I rattle when I walk. My throat's so sore that I can hardly talk. My breath comes in ragged gasps, and I can only say I don't know how I'm managing the 40 fags a day. It can't be perseverance or persistence that I lack. I tell you it's a hard life for a hypochondriac. Oh, I'm slipping away, can't you see I'm knocking at this door? Slipping away, I've been slipping now since 1964 like the Holy Land. Me adenoids are so inflamed they're glowing. Me sinuses are full to overflowing. That was a great photograph. She meant I tried all of the treatments, now me Dr. Silly Sod. He's made me an appointment with the man from Dynarod. He's threatened me with dynamite if I should dare go back. I tell you it's a hard life for a hypochondriac. Come on, slipping away, can't you see I'm knocking at this door? Slipping away, I've been slipping now since 1964. Me doctor's taken sick leave. leave recently, and the vicar's just gone ex-directory. The mention of me name, me social worker cries and screams. The Samaritans pretend to be an answering machine. Leave your message speaking clearly, the tone will call you back. It's that nutter from Stoke again. I tell you it's a hard line for a hypochondriac. Come on, slipping away, can't you see I'm knocking at this door? Slipping away, I've been slipping now since 1964. No one would believe how bad I feel. Even hypochondriacs get ill for real. I'm a shadow of me former self, reduced to skin and bones. Last time I got on the scales, I was only 18 stone. I'm not long for this world, all its worries and its woes. See, I can do long notes as well. On my tombstone will be written, there you are, I told you so. Oh, slipping away, can't you see I'm knocking at this door? Slipping away a little farther every day. I've been slipping now since 1964. I've been slipping now since 1964. I've been slipping now since 1964. My lad's 42 this year. How the hell did that happen? I blame his mum actually, because I think she said, oh, grow up, so often when he was a teenager. Actually, he did. Where do we need to clamp for this? Oh, yeah. We were having a slight libation of the malt whiskey variety at his house. And we were talking about this thing, you know when your dad takes you out for that very, very first pint when you're 18, you know, it's a big ritual, and you go to the local pub and he buys you this pint. The fact you've been drinking since you were 14 doesn't seem to count, but we went, and I took him out and we tried this, and he was reminding me about the night I took him out for his very first drink. This song is called Get It Down, You Son. Last week I took my son out, that first pint with his father, while his mum was at her mother's for the night. Well, I ordered pints of Stella, he wasn't keen on lager, so when I had mine I finished off his pint. I said, get it down, you son, you're only just begun, this is a night you will remember all your days. Get it down, you son, there's no need to tell your mum. If it happens in the pub, me boys, the pub is where it stays. You can do that better. And to the Duke of Gloucestershire I took my eldest child, to see if there was something to his taste. Well, he soon made it clear he wasn't drinking mild, so I sucked them both, avoiding any waste. I said, get it down, you son, you're only just begun, this is a night you will remember all your days. Get it down, you son, there's no need to tell your mum. If it happens in the pub, me boys, the pub is where it stays. It's coming into it, I can hear it leaking into existence. Then to the coach and Aussies I took my eldest child, to see if there was something to his taste. He soon made it clear he wasn't drinking mild, so I sucked them both, avoiding any waste. And I said, get down, son, only just begun, this is a night you will remember all your days. Get it down, you son, there's no need to tell your mum. If it happens in the pub, me boys, the pub is where it stays. I was feeling quite disconsolate, I thought we'd better finish, but we popped into the Queen's for one last try. Geez, you should have seen his face when he took a sip of Guinness. Without a thought, I drank both glasses dry. I said, get down, son, only just begun. This is a night you will remember all your days. Get it down, your son, there's no need to tell your mum. If it happens in the pub, me boys, the pub is where it stays. Well, I tried him on the whiskey, on the brandy and the ouzo, the baby shack, the port and cherry beet. There's just no pleasing some folk when it comes down to the booze. So in the end seems all the drinking fell to me. And I said, get it down, your son, you're only just begun. This is a night you will remember all your days. Get it down, your son, there's no need to tell your mum. And if it happens in the pub, me boys, the pub is where it stays. I admit that I was wounded. You know, I felt a little snubbed. Me lad can't have a drink with his old man. And after all the efforts, when I came to leave the pub, I was so pissed that I could hardly push his pram. And I said, get it down, your son, you're only just begun. This is a night you will remember all your days. Get it down, your son, there's no need to tell your mum. If it happens in the pub, me boys, the pub is where. Yes, if it happens in the pub, me boys, the pub is where. Oh, if it happens in the pub, me boys, the pub is where it stays. Don't tell anyone. I don't know about you, but I have just got sick and tired of seeing my friends and our musical companions and our folky family slip away during these last 2 years. I've just got fed up of people who I've loved, who I've played with, who we know well, who've just slipped away, and you know, that's it. That's kind of it. It's all over. And so I came up with this sort of fantasy that it isn't all over. There's going to be this massive session on the other side that we're all going to meet up again. It's like my what's it called? Yes, it's my folky Fiddler's Green. This is where all the people that we've loved and lost. I bet everybody in here has lost somebody out of the folk world, and and to say nothing of Vin and Barry Coop, and of course Norma Waterson recently, and particularly I'd like to do this tonight for Pete Skinner, my mate Pete Skinner. He was in a duo called Penny Black years and years ago when me and Jeff were going, and they were massive fans and support of her, and he was a lovely guy, and he's done so much for charity. And I just got this thing out of the blue on Wednesday, I think, that said Pete just slipped away in the night, and it's done, it's gone, and that's it. And so I wrote this song. I've written this song. It's not new tonight by any stretch of the imagination, but I'll sing it for you. It's called Session on the Other Side. As a chorus, it says there's a session on the other side, a session on the other side, between the darkness and the dawn, across the great divide, where the singers and the songs we've missed for far too long, they're singing in that session on the other side. And I think we will be. It's going to be great. Can you remember how I did this? I've been thinking of the friends I've lost, too many and too soon. I've been thinking of the way their songs and laughter lit a room. And it's a comfort to me, though it's here I must abide, to think they're out there singing in a session on the other side. Well, there's a session on the other side, session on the other side, between the darkness and the dawn, across the great divide, where the singers and the songs we've missed for far too long, they're singing in a session on the other side. There'll be familiar faces you've not seen for many a year. A few you maybe won't recall, others near and dear. There'll be time for reacquaintances, time for sweeter sides, and rolling back those long years. There's a session on the other side. There's a session on the other side. Session on the other side. Between the darkness and the dawn, across the great divide, where the singers and the songs we miss for far too long, they're singing in the session on the other side. There'll be banjos and accordions, fiddles and guitars, mandolins, melodeons and whistles and barons. No one's more surprised than me, they're all in tune and time, in perfect pitch and harmony, in the session on the other side. There's a session on the other side. Session on the other side, between the darkness and the dawn, across the great divide, where the singers and the songs we miss for far too long, they're singing in a session on the other side. It's lovely. They'll sing the shores of sing 70 and 100 other songs and shanties we all knew back then. And you'll hear the skiffs and trawlers slip out on the morning tide, all hands on deck and singing in the session on the other side. Come on, hands. There's a session on the other side. There's a session on the other side, between the darkness and the dawn, across the great divide, where the singers and the songs we've missed for far too long, you're singing in a session on the other side. There's wine from many a country boys, spirit stout and strong. The beer, it's always crystal clear, like sunshine on your tongue. The bar is always open and no payment is required. So if you get there first, well, slake your thirst in the session on the other side. There's a session on the other side. There's a session on the other side, between the darkness and the dawn, across the great divide, where the singers and the songs we miss for far too long, they're singing in a session on the other side. Don't think I've been good enough for heaven, hope I've not been bad enough for hell, though I've had a taste of both down here, I'm sure you have yourselves. When the time for parting comes, well, I'll be satisfied to think I'm heading over to the session on the other side. There's a session on the other side. There's a session on the other side, between the darkness and the dawn, across the great divide, where the singers and the songs we've missed for far too long, they're singing in a session on the other side. Yes, they'll be singing in a session on the other side. I think, Robert, go away, mate. It's really new book, fantastic. Pardon, Barrick, sorry you had to go so soon, mate, but great to see you. Norma Waterson and Lal and Michael sat together, singing with a session on the other side. and talking to a friend who said he'd been up to Bagnall the other day, and rather than come back from Stoke up the M6, he went back through Leek and through the I think that'll do. Yeah, he came back through a different route, and actually the route he came back would have had the thing I'm going to sing about now. When I was a kid, me and Macca Mountford, Kev Sims and Phil Stevenson used to go down to the Victoria Colliery. It was actually called the Black Bull those days, because as you know, we can't speak, can't say multiple syllables, so it was called the Black Bull instead of the Victoria Colliery. And we used to play, this was our playground, the Black Bull Colliery. It was amazing because the shaft was on one side of the road, and there was this gantry that came up over the top of the road, and then the pit heap went out for about a quarter of a mile out into the fields of the countryside. And these buckets used to come clanking up out of it. Massive things. You could get a car in when they were that big, and they would rattle and clank over the top of the road and out to the end of the tip. And then there was a mechanism that would trip them. They would turn over and dump the pit waste down onto the tip, and then they'd come back swinging back into the depths. And we used to climb on this gantry and ride these things. And I'll tell you what, if my mum knew some of the stuff I'd done, it was so exciting. I mean, Alton Towers. Brilliant. And you had to make two things. You had to make sure that the one behind you was empty, or you'd just get a bit buried alive. And make sure that there wasn't anything sharp in the one in front of you, because that's what you're going to get landing on when you got tipped out at the end. In the lee, in the shadow of this massive tip, there were two rows of cottages, one called Chain Row and one called Fan Row. And they were so close to the tip that because the sun rose on the other side, these cottages never got any sunlight. And this song's called The Black Hill, and those cottages are still there. The tip's gone, which is what the subject of the song. The cottages are still there, but they're called Victoria cottages now. They've been gentrified, which means I think they put the bogs inside. It's called The Black Hill. And it seems like a shadow has gone from my eyes that I never noticed for most of my life. And the sun shining in through the windows and doors of Chain Row and Fan Row and the Black Hills no more. Well, the land is all pleasant, the fields are all green, and to tell you the truth, it all seems like a dream. 'Cause I've lived in the darkness now, 50 years on, the darkness and dirt and the Black Hill are gone. And it seems like a shadow has gone from my eyes. I hadn't noticed for most of my life, and the sun shining in through the windows and doors of Chain Row and Fan Row and the Black Hills no more. You got it? Well, I saw it grow up as I grew from a boy, till it blocked out the fields and it blacked out the sky. And in summer the dust hung like mist in the lane, and in winter the windows ran thick with black rain. Have a go. Oh, it seems like a shadow has gone from my eyes. I hadn't noticed for most of my life, and the sun shining in through the windows and doors of Chain Row and Fan Row in the Black Hills no more. As a man I'd be working before the sunrise, a 14-hour shift in the Davies dim light, and I'd stagger home weary and stinking of sweat. The hill always there, but the sun always set, and it seems like a shadow has gone through my eyes. I hadn't noticed for most of my life, and the sun shining in through the windows and doors of Chain Row and Fan Row and the Black Hills no more. Then one day they said they were closing the mine. Soon diggers were crawling across the skyline, and now it's only a memory, just an old name. It's back in the darkness from where it first came. Oh, it seems like a shadow has gone from my eyes. I hadn't noticed for most of my life, and the sun shining in through the windows and doors of Chain Row and Fan Row and the Black Hills no more. Now I sit in my parlour, I'm looking over the top, and the fields are all green from Mill Hayes to Mount Cop. And the sun in the gardens, the sun in the yards. For the first time in years, I've the sun in my heart. And it seems like a shadow has gone through my eyes. I hadn't noticed for most of my life, and the sun shining in through the windows and doors of Chain Row and Fan Row and the Black Hills no more. Yes, the sun shining in through the windows and doors of Chain Row and Fan Row and the Black Hills no more. Black Hills. How you sang the session on the other side, by the way, thank you. It was really nice. It's kind of how I had it in my mind. You can't do it on Zooms, can you? But it's very nice when you see this. I'm going to do one more, and I'm going to leave you with this one, and you're very welcome to it. I think we've got to know each other quite nicely over this evening. We had a bit of a chat with a few of you, and maybe make a friend here and there. And so, I think it's probably not unreasonable of me to ask a personal question at this stage in the proceedings. No, okay. Have you started putting things away safe and never seen them again?
Can I tell you?
Please do.
I put my caravan keys in the caravan away safe.
Yeah.
When I went out.
Yes.
Forgot where they were.
Yeah.
Cost me £80 to get a new set of keys. And then 2 weeks later I found them. I remember where they are.
Honestly, don't feel as if you're out on a limb on your own. Some of the stuff I hear is blinding. I was doing a festival somewhere, and I was talking about this. This lady said we were going away on holiday, and we got some quite nice jewellery that we didn't want to leave lying about. And there was a loose floorboard on the landing upstairs, so I picked that up and put it under there. And 3 months later, after we'd had the whole house recarpeted, somebody said, "Do you know those jewels we put away before we went on holiday? Do you know where they are?" And she said, "Oh shit, the carpets are not lasting." But that's, to be honest, that's nothing. Oh, and I've started doing this as well. This happened to me the other night. We were watching television. Actually, Marina was watching television. I was buggering about on my phone as usual. And she was like, watch this. So I put my glasses on so I could see what was on television. And I thought, going back to the hypochondriac thing earlier on, I thought, oh God, blimey, I'm having a stroke. I said, is that television all right? She said, yeah, it's fine, what's up? I said, are you sure? She said, you've got 2 pairs of glasses on. And the one I really liked, but my favourite one, was a guy who told me, I'm not making this up, he told me this. He got stopped going on to an aircraft in July, going to somewhere sunny, like Benidorm or something like that. And they stopped him, the cabin crew stopped him because he got an electric fire under his arm. And they said, sir, I'm going to have to ask you, why are you bringing that onto the aircraft today? And he was a bit sheepish, but eventually he said, well, to be absolutely honest, it's the only way I can be sure I've turned it off. Right, so we'll do this now. This song's called Mind Up. It's called Mind Up. If you've done something like this, first of all, if you want to do it now, that's fine, you will say it now. If not, come and tell me afterwards and I'll put you in for next time. Humiliate you in public next time. Yeah, so that's that. I'd like to say a few thank yous. Thank you, Adele, for looking at that really good. For looking at Chiefly for yourselves, and thank you so much for singing. It's been just, you don't know how different it's been, but it has been lovely. Thanks ever so much. I'll leave you with this now. Thank you, Darren. I was going to Majorca with me missus, son and daughter, for a week of sea and sand and Spanish pop. And we'd just got to the airport when a relatively rare thought just popped into me head and made me stop. I said, I wish we bought the telly. They said, Dad, you're being silly. I said, I'm not, I've left the tickets on the top. Oh, me belly's gone to pot, me eyes are on the blink, me hair came off in handfuls and it vanished down the sink. Me hearing and me sense of smell have given up the ghost of all the things I've lost. I think I miss me mind the most. I really think I miss me mind the most. Well, I can't put names to faces. I can't put names to faces. I can't remember places that I must have seen 100 times or more. I get mixed up with the children's names called Vicky, Jem and Davy Jane. I don't think they even notice anymore. I tell a joke and one will say, you told us that one yesterday. For instance, how many folk singers does it take to change a light bulb? It takes 3. There's 1 to change the light bulb and the other 2 to sing about how much better candles were. And the other thing, yes, and the day before. Oh, me belly's gone to pot, me eyes are on the blink, me hair came off in handfuls and it vanished down the sink. Me hearing, me sense of smell have given up the ghost of all the things I've lost. I think I miss me mind the most. I really think I miss me mind the most. I still give the girls the eye, although I can't remember why. And I'm worried that I might have lost the knack. Though I've checked the tackles working fine with frequent alternative tests offline. So all I need to get me back on track is just champagne and a jacuzzi and a sympathetic floozy. And a sympathetic floozy. Just hope to God it all comes flooding back. Oh, me belly's gone to pot, me eyes are on the blink, me hair came off in handfuls and it vanished down the sink. Me hearing and me sense of smell have given up the ghost of all the things I've lost. I think I miss me mind the most. I really think I miss me mind the most. Well, I don't know who to blame for addling me brain. I don't know if it's the hand of God or man, because it could be something that you see, or petrol fumes or something else, or petrol fumes or aluminium bands. Although I think that Jameson and Haig and Marston's, Ruddles and Lafranc should be prepared to carry half the can. Oh, me belly's gone to pot, me eyes are on the blink, me hair came off in handfuls and it vanished down the sink. Me hearing and me sense of smell honest.